what prompted this in the first place was noise complaints. Impersonated an officer, handcuffed a woman, and then robbed a game room. But what can we expect in the first days of his presidency? A lot of people asking this question. Here at home, Lubbock ISD will have new schedules in the fall. Mom and Dad, listen to this. The district announced new start and dismissal times are pouring through these social media sites without even being able to speak Arabic fluently. So those employees say they had so little understanding of Islam that they're no match for the Islamic State online recruiters. For all of us to stay really safe when conditions are like this. The snow is starting to fall again just in the last few minutes. Now, millions of people will vote early today, and you, of course, can do that at multiple locations all around town. It's a busy Monday morning, getting straight to the headlines. Right now, the manhunt is on this morning for the driver who fled from the scene. International criticism is beginning to build for President Donald Trump's ban on refugees from Muslim-majority countries. An 8-month-old is safe and sound, found inside this drainage ditch after being thrown from this car. Officials say she was ejected about 35 feet away. Listen. An e-cigarette exploded in his pants yesterday. Check out this surveillance video. You'll see the man just sitting there when all of a sudden it looks like fireworks coming from his pocket. Breaking news here in downtown Lubbock. I'm here on the corner of Broadway and Avenue J. Look beyond me. You can see all this flooding is coming from the middle of the road over there. So KCBD looked into noise complaints across the city of Lubbock for the last 3 years. Now, according to the police department, there were more than 13,000 calls reported. We noticed that the most calls came from this orange area here on your screen. Politics on an airplane, probably not a good idea. You're stuck with those people on this, and a fed-up pilot decided to settle a politically charged scuffle.
With
I'm gonna get the smallest one possible. This one doesn't have legs.
The legs get stuck in your teeth, so that's a good call.
I'm glad we didn't do legs. Before we go inside, I want to warn you, you may want to stop your wives from watching this. Absolute heartbreak in this community today. The high school, the middle school, and the elementary school classes all canceled following the shock of hundreds of families aren't getting ready for school this morning because traces of the E. coli bacteria have been found in a well water sample collected near Summit Elementary School. Walking through the corn maze, this is what you see. About 7 feet high, just corn, corn, and corn. But about 16 years ago, The Simpsons saw a much bigger picture than that. And now they host about 45,000 people every year. About 2 a.m., Lubbock Fire Rescue responded to a house fire at this home behind me. We're over off of 94th. Travel on down to Polka Dot Alley Boutique, which some of you are definitely familiar with. That's a store right here in Lubbock. But we decided to do it the fun way.
Oh gosh, are we really gonna do this?
Yes, Tori.
Oh
So,
my
okay,
gosh.
this is one of the products. If you come to Holiday Avenue. New details in a bus crash that is horrifying images. Now, amazingly, none of the injuries in this crash you're looking at here were life-threatening. Well, Shaylee, I've got to say, Steve's been teasing me all morning long. I actually have 4 pairs of pants on because preparation is definitely key, right? We can all agree on that. So let's take a look at what this snow's looking like. We've got these cold temperatures, but finally the snow to prove it. Really powdery right now. It's really fluffy. Driving, not too bad.
Not as scary as you may think.
Yeah.
Spooky, not scary, right? That's what you guys are promising?
Absolutely, spooky, not scary.
Alana told me if I support his body.
Yep. You're good, you're good.
Breaking overnight, multiple Lubbock Police Department officers were on the scene in North Lubbock searching for 5 juveniles. I just got off the phone with police moments ago, and we hear that police are involved in some sort of ongoing situation, but the officer I spoke with did assure all of us that there is no threat or risk of danger to the public right now. Cannon Air Force Base is home to about 6,000. After 1 person is killed and 9 others injured. That shooting happened on Bourbon Street around 1:30 this morning. Some 30 police were already in the area at the time of the shooting. The officers were all part of security detail for an event this weekend. Quite a miracle that she was not home at the time that it happened. My first question to that gentleman talking with us was, you know, what are the odds it was electrical? A lot of us around this time of year, we have, you know, Christmas trees plugged in.
We're on Facebook Live.
Oh, hey, everybody.
So we just embarrassed ourselves. So since
Totally.
I'm really out of breath and out of shape,
I
Y'all take it away. Sharon, look how fun these ladies are. They're teaching me to do the washing machine. I'm not really succeeding, but it's definitely a lot of fun out here. 3 hours. Now we can see the damage that happened because of that water line break. Now a few updates for those of you maybe getting in the car, getting ready to head. 3, 2. Whoa!
Did it hurt?
No, but that shook my whole body a lot more than I expected.
Yeah. Want to try it again?
That was awesome. Good morning. If you've been watching Daybreak today, take a look. We've got an update on this confirmed water main break behind me. The water has stopped flowing. You can see that those gentlemen surrounding that circle there. That is an 8-foot by 10-foot hole in the ground because of that water pressure built in the water main underneath. It erupted sometime overnight, causing those bricks to just fly out. We'll see you all back here at 10 o'clock tonight. That's all our time for now. Have a great day. Breaking news this morning, like Steve says, very cold out here, but take a look. These gentlemen behind me, these firemen working to put out a house fire early this morning. It all happened about an hour ago, an hour and a half ago. Multiple fire departments were called here to the scene. You can see these gentlemen right now wrapping up the hose. I'll have more on that in a minute because actually water never went through that hose because of the complications due to the cold weather. But take a look over here. You can see that house. It's at the corner of 35th and Quaker. So side note, if you're getting ready to head out the door, please be careful along Quaker Avenue. You'll see a lot of emergency lights. We've got EMS out here, Lubbock Police Department, and a lot of firemen working. Right now, the smoke has fizzled out. There's no longer smoke coming from the top of that house, but I just found out from investigators that this was a vacant home. So good news to report there that they don't believe anyone was injured at this time because there was no one living there at the time of the fire. The cause is under investigation. And back to those struggles with the cold weather. Gentleman in this truck actually right behind me, he says that because of the freezing temperatures, because of the frozen water, they actually had to go to 3 fire hydrants before they were able to get water into the hose. Then once they had the hose spread out all along the area here, yards and yards away, hundreds of yards away, they decided actually not to put the water through the hose. So instead they're trucking it, or excuse me, they're getting it from the trucks instead of from the hydrants. Just part of the problems with these freezing temperatures. It's very cold out. You know that if you just step outside, so be careful today.
All right, thanks so much. Really dedicated fans this morning. Taylor.
Sharon, this is so much fun. These people out here, they're in high spirits. Most of them have waken up now. I may or may not have something to do with that. I apologize to all of you in line, but take a look at this. This is the only tent here in the line. This is Reagan. Reagan, you've been out here since what time yesterday?
I've been out here since 8 o'clock, so yeah.
Now, another thing I asked you, when did you decide, you know what, I'm going to go camp out for that new Selena Cosmetics line? Tell me that story.
I had called Dillard's because I had heard a rumor that they weren't going to sell it in the store, so as soon as I called them, they had said people were already going to start planning on camping out. So I had told the other girls, well, I might as well just go out and camp out too.
And you guys have a tent and everything. And another thing I asked, obviously Selena, we know she was tragically killed in '95. I asked Reagan how old she was. She actually, you weren't alive at the same time Selena was, but you still have, you know, you're out here. You camped out all night for a makeup line. Such an act of dedication. Mm-hmm. Explain to me how that came about in your life.
I mean, she's my whole childhood, you know. You grow up, you watch the movie, and you want to be Selena growing up. You want to look like Selena. You sing all the Selena songs. You learn the washing machine. Like, that is your whole deal. And my grandpa had such a big part of it because he was such a musical influence in my life, and he was the one who really pushed a lot of different Hispanic and Mexican music into me, so that's really a big part of it. Selena was my favorite.
All right, well, I'm going to send it back to you, Sharon, but I think I heard a lot of giggles here. I'm going to have to see the washing machine coming up in a few minutes. We'll send it back to you.